What if your dream home was ready to close and then the government shut down, freezing your loans, delaying your closing, and ruining your rate lock? Well, that's happening all around the country right now. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Mason with West USA Realty, an Arizona-based family-owned brokerage here in Phoenix, Arizona. I've heard a lot of people on the news saying, hey, the government shut down, but it doesn't affect me. But in real estate, if you're getting a federal loan, it may be affecting you. When Washington stops, the housing pipeline slows down. From federal loans to mortgage backers to even IRS verification checks, things go dark. And when those systems stall, then transactions stall, leaving buyers, sellers, and real estate agents in limbo. FHA, VA, and USDA loans are the first to feel the pain. USDA loans, which are for rural areas, stop completely. FHA loans, particularly to help first-time homebuyers, slow down quite a bit, and even our veterans are impacted when VA processing slows down. But if you're a conventional buyer, the IRS verification process of your income for lenders may also slow down your transaction, so everybody can be affected by a government slowdown. And if your home fills in a flood zone, you see my last video on FEMA flood zones and buying land, you need federal flood insurance to be able to close on a home, but they're not going to issue new policies if they're in a shutdown. No one's working. And the same goes for any loan that requires federal data, let's say income verifications or information from Social Security, or employment checks. Without those, underwriting your loan hits a wall. So if you're a cash buyer, maybe you're not as impacted, but most people take out a mortgage. Now paradoxically, mortgage rates sometimes dip during these times of government shutdown for a short period of time. If we look at Mortgage News Daily right now, if we look back from October 1st, we see we've had a pretty stable market up until October 10th when we've seen the rates drop over the last few days. But this won't last forever. Right now, people are seeking safety in some of those bonds, and the bond sales have been going fairly well. So while this might look tempting for the next week or maybe two at the most, this kind of volatility makes people nervous, and it could impact the markets and drive these rates back up, particularly if they add more spending to that continuing resolution. If you remember, more government spending equals more inflation, which then we have to sell more bonds at a higher return, and that 10-year treasury is what impacts your mortgage interest rate the most. But while we wait, here's how to stay ahead of the chaos. Number one, add buffer days to your contract. If you're in a contract now, you might want to talk to your agent about doing an addendum to add more days to the end of the close. Coordinate with the seller or the buyer, whichever side is opposite you, to make sure that's okay. And always keep your title company and lender informed about that. And speaking of lender and title, keep your communication open. They know what's going on right now. They understand. And they might have some information that comes in about whether you're getting a loan or other parts of the shutdown that may impact your ability to close. Number three, if you're using FHA, VA, or USDA, is there a different funding source you might want to look at, maybe a conventional loan? That way you won't have to deal with the slowdown in processing at those agencies. Number four, know your flood status. You can go to FEMA.gov, type in your address under the flood area, and it'll tell you what flood zone you're in, and maybe you want to look at getting some private insurance instead of waiting for the national flood insurance. That can be expensive, but at least you know you'll be on the pathway to closing. The fifth is set your expectations now. Contact your agent, contact title, lender. Find out what's going on in the marketplace now. Think about a week from now, 2 weeks from now, maybe a month from now. If the government shutdown is still going on, what can you do? And finally, stay calm. Real estate doesn't stop. It just slows down a little bit in these kind of circumstances. At least until Washington gets back to work. And speaking of that, maybe you ought to write your senator, tell him, like, get back to work! Because it's the Senate that's holding up that continuing resolution. Bottom line, the shutdown is not just about politics, it's also personal. It's home buyers, it's sellers, it's agents, it's title, it's lenders. Everybody is being impacted by this. We're all in this together. If you're navigating a transaction right now, you're not alone. Contact your agent. If you're not sure, if you don't have an agent yet, you're just thinking about getting into the marketplace, I'll be happy to help you with any information that I have. You can reach out. My contact information is at the end of this video. Because I'm here to help you stay informed and move ahead confidently, even if Washington isn't. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment below with your zip code, and I can tell you what's going on in your marketplace right now. And remember, stay smart, stay ready, and keep your deal alive. Thanks for stopping by. If you're in the Phoenix area and you want to do a little bit of coffee, leave me a comment below, contact me, reach out. We'll go out and talk about the marketplace.